In this video, we'll be modeling spindles and handle for our mechanical lathe. As usual, open a new part and select the work plane as we'll draw a sketch. Let's start with the length. Add the measure of 107 millimeters. Then add the measure of 8 millimeters as radius, 17 millimeters on length, and so on until finishing the geometry. At this part, there will be a 118 degrees angulation, which is a standard for holes. So that part will be drawn and will have a measure bigger than 107 millimeters. Now that we've created our sketch, we'll select the revolve command and create the part. Following that, we'll create the hole and we'll position our handle. So we'll need to select the work plan XZ and select the arc circle tool. With the relative point active, we'll indicate the circle's position, and when it's in the right place, we'll remove the material with the extrude tool. Now we're going to select the part's material, and it's finished, right? But will we draw the second spindle from scratch? Of course not. As they're very similar, we'll simplify things. First, open the spindle we just created. And on the File tab, save it as a second file, like a copy of it. Remember to rename the file so you don't overwrite the other part, alright? It'll be opened automatically right away. Okay, so now we'll select the first sketch and erase those lines right on the tip. Then the corner break with 0.5 millimeters. Click on Finish, and that's it. Pretty simple, right? Now that we have both handles, we're moving on to the last part of the video, the handle. I promise it's as easy as pie. Open a new part and select the work plane and the arc circle tool. We'll draw a circle with a radius of 3 millimeters and a length of 75 millimeters using the extrude tool. Now we'll round the part's material using the fillet tool, adding a rounding radius of 2.5 millimeters. We'll assemble the mechanical lathe set. So let's start with a new assembly environment. Now we'll select our parts on the File tab and insert them one by one, so it's easier to understand how they'll be restricted. First, we'll insert the two backrests. Then we'll use the coincident mate so they can be aligned. The space between them will be 30 millimeters to show how they'd be if half open. Now we'll insert the spindle with a tip. It'll be positioned above the assembly. Select the concentric mate and indicate the centers. Then the coincident mate so the spindle will touch the backrest bottom. Let's move on to the next spindle, which doesn't have a tip. With it inserted, we're selecting the concentric mate command, and we'll indicate the center axis so the parts are aligned. Then we'll make this part of the spindle face the bracket's bottom, like that. We're almost done. We just need to add the handles. They'll be attached to the holes on the spindle's back. Each will be inserted using the same concentric and coincident mates. See? It was a very simple set and quick to be assembled, right?